What's up, home slice? I'm not late, bro. I'm right on time. Right on time. Oh, it's a little dark in here. Hold on 1 second. How's that? Western Mass. What is up, brother? Yeah, sorry I'm late. I um I didn't know people were coming over, and literally as soon as I went to go start the live, my in-laws showed up. So, but I got permission from the wife that I can come back here and chat it up with you, broski. All right. I'm sorry. I'm here. I'm here now. That's all that matters. Can you can you hear my fucking chair squeaking by any chance? I might have to fix that. I actually garbage picked a fucking um chair with wheels. Before this, I just had one. It was a super comfortable chair, but it didn't have wheels. So every time I would sit down at this desk, I would have to like scoot myself in, and I'd fucking knock the computer over. My necklace would smack the microphone. So I have a garbage picked fucking chair right now, but apparently it's pretty squeaky. Bro, what a fight. Diego Ferreira, man, he pulled it out. That Pollock was throwing some heat in the beginning, though, dude. He was looking to take that dude's fucking hat off. He was throwing with everything he had. That build, though, that like muscle bound meatball fucking. It's not the best for MMA because all those muscles take up so much blood, so many resources. If you don't if you don't get the finish in the first 2 rounds, you're just fucking gassed. That's exactly what happened to Rebecca. He fucking just gassed out and got his eyes beaten to the back of his head. And then who was the ref for that one? He was the same guy who refed the other fight that went. Yeah. I can see your Diego comment. No. Then actually, I didn't bet that fight. I tailed all Paku's bets. We did pretty fucking good last night, actually. Ended up making like I think I finished the day like a unit and a half up. Andrew, what's up, brother? Actually, we were talking that Diego Ferreira fight, but we can talk any of the fights from last night. Let me pull it up just so I have a fucking little reminder here. Another thing too is I'll share my screen as soon as I get this shit pulled up. For fight night though, that was an awesome card. That was an awesome fucking card. Dude, these pop-ups are fucking brutal. So let's go through this and dude, wasn't it? For a fight night? I mean, they were probably going to fucking give us a little more than usual because it was a destination fight, which is actually a big deal now. You try to explain to like brand new people how every fucking card had a crowd. You know? Now they do a fight night in some random city, and it's a big deal. So let's do this. Veronica Hardy versus Aldrich. I mean, it was a good fight. It was a chick fight. What do you want? I was excited because I actually bet on Hardy, which I don't ever bet women's MMA if it's my own decision, but I just do what Pacu tells me, and he told me to fucking bet on Hardy, so I did. It was actually my biggest bet of the night, too. And it was a close fight. It was women's MMA. What do you want? I actually found something that I like can't stand more than women's MMA, and that's women's boxing. I watched it last night. The co-main event of the Loma card last night was some chick fight. It was everything you'd expect a women's boxing match to be. And then at the end, to top it off, the cherry on top is they announced the wrong girl as the winner. Like, what the fuck? Charles Johnson, Jake Hadley fight. That was just a lot of good action, you know? Let me see. What's something exciting to talk about? Billy Goff and Trey Waters, bro, went to war. I mean, Goff was a sizable underdog. I had a little sprinkle on him, and right from the start, Trey Waters came out and just started fucking putting it on him, but the dude wouldn't go away. He just wouldn't get knocked out. He hung in there. He ended up cracking Waters with a few, stumbling him around. Awesome fight. And then, what can you say? I was not feeling Terrence McKinney at all last night. I had on Rybjavix, I had quite a few bets on him. I actually went hard on like the round 2, round 3 TKO for Rybjavix because I had a feeling that Terrence McKinney was going to, come out there like a bat out of hell and try to get the round 1 stoppage like he always does. He either wins in the first round or he loses. And he got knocked the fuck out. Chase Hooper. Oh, man. All right, this is what I want to talk about. Chase Hooper looked fucking great last night. When he knocked Borashev and knocked him down with that punch, I think it just took the wind out of his sails. He was like, whoa, what the fuck's going on here? I'm the one who's supposed to be doing the knocking down. Good for Chase Hooper. I mean, when he came into the UFC 4 years ago, he was just a kid. I mean, he looked like a kid, too. And all he had was jiu-jitsu. You can tell he's been putting in the work, putting the time, developing his striking. I know he went and worked with Wonderboy Thompson for a little bit and tried to develop, like, that karate style, which I don't think that's really something. He's got the build for it, He's, like, super long and lanky. But I don't think that's a style that you can develop, like, later in life. Those high-level karate guys have been doing that shit since they were little kids, and their bodies have, like, developed into it. So then I know he said, I forget who the guy was, but for this camp, he actually went and worked just his boxing. He worked with some professional boxers. And you can tell he's been working his wrestling, too, because as soon as he got Rybjavix on the ground, Borashev on the ground, it was lights out. His jiu-jitsu is just... Chase Hooper is a guy who's been doing jiu-jitsu since he was a kid, so his body has just developed into it. Like, your body learns how to move naturally in that particular type of sport or movement or whatever it is. Like, especially in grappling, the movements you're doing are very unnatural. Like, it's not intuitive. No one's like an intuitive grappler. You have to be trained in it, obviously. And Chase Hooper is a world-class jiu-jitsu guy. So now that he's added a little bit of boxing and a little bit of wrestling to it, Let's see where he can go. I don't know if he's ever going to be like a title contender per se, but he looked great. Absolutely great. I was so happy to see him get like that dominant win last night. Let's switch back over and see what we got in the chat here. Oh, I'm behind a little bit. Ty Bets. What's going on, broski? Hardy decision was good. Yeah. Oh shit, I'm fucking way behind. That was actually my biggest bet of the card last night. Now I'm not going to take any fucking credit for it. Paku is, I just do what he tells me, and he told me to fucking, put it all on Hardy, and I did. It was like your typical woman's fight, but I was happy to see she won. Western Mass says, have you ever heard of the channel called Kindle? He's chill MMA streamer. KYNDLE. No, I've never heard of it. I'll have to check it out. I was, the other night, I hopped into Ty Bet stream there, but I put it on like as I was going to sleep, so sorry I didn't make any comments or anything like that, but I like what you're doing, bro. Andrew said, I was watching hockey last night, so that's why I didn't see it, but I was on here. Oh, that's what I'll be doing tonight. I actually, to be honest with you guys, today's kind of a hard day for me. It's the first ever Mother's Day without my mama, and we were close. So, I'm actually going to hang out with my dad later today, and we're going to go hunting in the morning. But one thing we're going to do is watch, what is it, Florida and Boston is today, right? Yeah, I believe so, because I put a bet on Boston for us earlier in the day. Sorry, I'm just reading through this chat here trying to catch up. Ty said, that Hooper sub was obvious hedge, even if you liked Borishev. 7-3 at 31. Lightweight, not good in my opinion. I mean, anytime Hooper fights, you got to put a little something on the sub, right? I mean, that's what he does, It's like Derek Lewis getting the knockout. Like, if the dude's going to win. But I think he has been specifically trying to finish fights with ground and pound and shit. He just couldn't, I think I think Hooper could have submitted him even sooner, but I think he wanted to get the TKO finish because Borishev was just, he was doing a good job of defending, but he was just leaving himself open for a lot of shit. I think if Hooper just would have, dug his heels in and went after it, he could have got something, but then he said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to choke him out now. Aisha City Life. Don't know you, but you need to check him out. What was that, Andrew? I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, today's been tough. I went and trained in the morning, and so that helps, like, mentally. Like a good workout always helps the I don't know, just the brain, I guess. You work out, physically exert yourself. It just helps you mentally for some reason. Then I hung out with the wife for a little bit, and then we were just going to have a chill afternoon. I didn't know anyone was coming over. My in-laws are actually here right now, and I'm being antisocial in my little cave here doing a live feed. But I had no idea they were coming over. So, whatever. Doing my thing, and then going to go hang out with Pops later. How about you guys? What's on the docket for today? Anybody have any cool plans? Just going to chill? Yeah, 6:30 my time, so in like 2.5 hours, right? First stream was a test. I'm going to have lots of notes for Wednesday's stream on Fury versus Usyk. When is the Fury versus Usyk fight? Also, I'm going to start that too. Actually, like right behind where I'm doing this stream from, I have a wall like right here. It'll be perfect to put a TV up there and do a live stream. I think that'd be really cool. I don't know if I'll do it like every single week but as far as the channel goes, I definitely like the live streaming part of it. These past few weeks have just been crazy busy, and I haven't had any time to actually sit down and like make content, like make videos. One thing I do know though is I'm not feeling like the betting picks and prediction breakdown thing, like that's not my style, you know. I'm gonna go at it like from a different angle as far as the dedicated video, like that kind of content goes. Even if I make like, I don't know. I have to sit down and think about it. Like if I want to be like more like news stuff, talk about upcoming fights, shit like that. But like sitting down, watching tape, making picks, predictions, giving my thoughts on that, being slightly wrong on a certain pick or bet, and then people shitting all over you. Like I don't know. I'm not that, and it's so hard for me to. It's hard for me to like pick who I think's gonna win, because guys who do it, I'm fucking like envious of, but I can't ever. I'm so fucking wishy-washy. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, he could knock him out, but the other guy's a good wrestler. I could see him wrestling. I bet, So, Western Mass said, Kindle made me his managing moderator. Dude, my entire chat is fucking moderators. For no real good reason. I'm almost never in his chat, so I went behind his back and modded on his regulars in chat. Made me laugh. Yeah, I'm happy for Lewis too. He got the knockout against that Brazilian cab driver, as he called it, and then he fucking took his shorts off, mooned the crowd, did his thing. I'm sure the UFC was happy. That's what they were going for. Derek Lewis he's just a prize fighter now. He's just out there trying to fucking knock people out and cash checks. He knows he's never going to be a champ or anything like that, which I'm all for. Fucking sign me up. I'll watch Derek Lewis knock dudes out all day long. What have you guys been doing today, though? Any plans? You do anything cool this morning? Anything exciting happening? Like I said, I have a fucking house full of people right now. And I'm being antisocial. But I got permission from the wife. I'm like, babe, do you care if I go live? And she's like, I don't give a fuck what you do. So I'm like, oh, okay. No, I'm just kidding. She didn't say it like that. Also, I'm trying to talk quieter into the microphone. I'm going to switch this shit up. I know there's a different type of microphone that sounds better, has like that more like warm radio sound, but I listened back to a few minutes of the last live chat, and it sounded like whenever I got loud and I got excited about something, it would like blow the audio out. So I'm going to get together with Eric sometime this week, and he said I don't have to get a different microphone. He can just hook it up to a condenser or some bullshit like that. But obviously, if it sounds weird or whatever, just let me know if I'm being too loud, too quiet. I'm going to put a fucking dip of Zin in. A little Zinskis. A little upper decky. I don't know. I messaged him earlier. I know during the day on Sundays a lot of times he does like family shit. So he might be doing family stuff, and he didn't even message me back. So usually he puts his phone away. One cool thing though is Western Mass said, "I hope Rebecca makes a comeback. He had some good performances, at least one I can remember." Yeah, he's that like little ball of muscle powerhouse guy, you know? Like he I don't know. Like you guys remember uh Sean the muscle shark Shirk? He was the same way. And back then, I mean, I think he even like fought for a title. I don't know if he ever was the champ, but I know he's been in title fights. But that body type for MMA just doesn't bode well when you're in those later rounds, you know, and your body's trying to conserve energy. It's got to fill all those muscles up with blood. Andrew said, "I'm out. My nephews want me to play outside." Later, bro. When you said about McKinney, Andrew was joking. I don't know, dude. McKinney's like, he's not going to get cut or anything like that, but he's got some work to do. He's like trying to be, I don't know, he's just too predictable. You know, he's like a first round. He tries to fight like Hamzat without the talent, if you know what I mean. He goes out like fucking guns a blazing, but doesn't have all his bases covered. Tai Tai said the St. Louis boys parlay hit. Buckley and Johnson, along with my main parlays. Lewis KO, Buckley decision, and overs on the girls. Pretty happy and was a banger card overall. Yeah, dude, same. I didn't hit all my bets, but in my big parlays got crushed, but I'll pull it up right here. So I had Rebovic's money line, and then I also put like half a unit on round 2, round 3, and decision. So those didn't hit, but the money line did. And then I had Woodson Allberg parlay. That was nice. That was at minus 103. I put 1 unit on that. Then, like I said, I had 2 units on Hardy. That hit. And then where's my big? I did. I don't know if you guys follow him, but there's a guy named Uncle Wheezy. He has a channel on YouTube, and he does like awesome betting breakdowns. He actually went through and made this whole like MMA spreadsheet that has every single fighter and all their statistics. And if you're super into number, like, you know, the statistics side of it and all the numbers and shit, I would definitely check him out. You can actually, I think he has like a Patreon or some way, a website. He has some way where you can buy the spreadsheet, and it's like way over my head, way more than I would get into. But anyway, on his YouTube channel, every week he does a he calls it the greasy 4-legger parlay, and it's always like above, you know, plus 600 or something like that. Like last night, it was Rebovic's money line, Despain round 1 TKO, which that's another thing we can talk about. Rebecca to win inside the distance, and then Derek Lewis money line. So he hit 2 out of the 4. But it's something to sprinkle, you know. Like it's always like plus 700, plus 800. So you know, you put $20 on it, you can win 150, something like that. All right, Andrew's officially out. Sorry to see you go. He's got crazy power. I If I had one piece of advice for Rebovix, it would be to like seriously work on his boxing. Like get your boxing as efficient as possible. You know, you don't it's not going to be hard to blow his arms out with all that muscle he carries around. So, if he can get his movements as efficient as he possibly can and fucking, you know, get his footwork efficient instead of just winging punches with that with the power that he has, he could go far. I don't know if he'll ever be a champion, but he could certainly fucking, you know, make a career out of it. Tai Tai said, "What's your go-to submission when rolling and in a street fight with no crowd?" Without a doubt, 100%, my go-to submission is the arm triangle. It's actually something I've been like 2 years ago or so. My professor and I just started like working out whatever. I just took to it. Some people, for whatever reason, when you start grappling, you find something that you like, and then you just hit it all the time. I look for triangle or katakatami arm triangles like from everywhere. So my game is like takedown heavy. So I like to obviously I'm not going to pull guard. It's not my style. So I'll get a takedown to side control, and then I work arm triangles off the side control. And it's I mean I like to work arm triangles from the back. Maintaining back mount is way more difficult than people think. Like guys who are good at it, like Aljo, that's so impressive. The way he can just keep somebody's back for 25 straight minutes. The back is actually one of the easier positions to escape. And I'm saying all this to say that like I look for arm triangles from the back. Obviously from side control, stuff like that. But with the back, I will actually, if I'm in a position like triple threat or side control, I'll let my back get taken because I'm more confident in escaping that position than something like side control or something else. In a street fight with no crowd, it was just me one on one. What submission? I mean, it would probably be the arm triangle again, just because that's like my. I'm I'm confident in saying that if I get it, if I sink it in, I could finish it on almost anybody. But it's the getting there that's the hard part. You know, like don't mistake me by saying like I could arm triangle anyone. I'm saying if I got to a position with it fully locked in, be what you learn after a while is like there's a sense of feeling that you can't explain. Like when you get to a point where you get so good at a particular submission that you can't even explain what you're doing to finish it, that's how you know you're like really starting to master it. And it's the one submission that I just have like a feel for. I know when it's locked in. Also, it's a submission that if you get caught in, you can play possum because it takes just a little bit longer than, say, like a fully locked in rear naked choke. You're not going to possum your way out of it. You're not going to pretend like it's not working because it's just so tight right off the bat. Whereas an arm triangle, a lot of people aren't confident in it. So what they'll do is they'll get in that position and then they'll like squeeze really hard for a few seconds and then let it go, and then squeeze really hard for a few seconds and let it go. And the key to it is get it in, get it sunk in to where you know it's good, like you know this is it, and then just hold it at like 30%. This way the guy playing possum, he's starting to know, like, oh shit, this guy's arms aren't burning out, and I'm not going to be able to fake my way out of this, and then they tap. Or they play possum just a little bit too long, and then you're waking them up. I just lost the Lewis KO Buckley Moneyline Loma decision parlay. Oh, that sucks. Loma by decision, too. Bro, Kambosos has a fucking chin on him, man. I mean, Loma was piecing him up and hitting him with some fire. I can't believe he didn't knock him out. I cannot believe he didn't knock him out or it didn't get stopped. Robellis got exposed. So sad to see. He tried to be a straight Taekwondo fighter in the UFC. Like, it's great. Bring that over, you know, but you also are going to have to train some type of grappling. You're going to have you got to learn a little bit of takedown defense. You got to keep your hands up a little bit, you know? It's like he didn't want to do anything else but be in a Taekwondo match. His hands completely down at his side. But okay, that's fine. But you also need to learn how to sprawl. Like it looked like he hasn't spent a single second on grappling. He had no defense whatsoever, and then he had nothing to try and get up. He didn't even try to get up at all. He's completely extending his arms. If he was in there with anyone with a little bit more skilled, he would have got his arm broken or strangled unconscious. Like, he'll be okay if he needs to just completely put the striking aside and just work on sprawling and getting up. You don't got to be Charles Oliveira. You know, he doesn't have to go out there and start strangling people, but he has to know how to stop the takedown and how to get back up if he does get taken down. Like, he didn't even try. It was like, as soon as he got taken down, he was like, all right, whatever. I'm just going to try and not get submitted or not get stopped, and the ref will stand me back up next round, and that's it. Like, that was his plan for getting back to his feet, would just wait until the end of the round. He looked scary with the punches in the very beginning when he had Waldo on the fence, but no. I mean, the dude's power is absolutely, it's world-class power. And his kicks are, I mean, he's a Taekwondo, I don't know if he was in the Olympics or like world level or what, but, and he's like 6'7". The dude could be an absolute fucking force. It's just, is he going to be willing to put in the work, you know? Right now, he's a fucking day one white belt when it comes to grappling. He just needs to get in there with some good wrestlers and work on his sprawl. You got to learn what the signs are when someone's going to shoot and, how to defend it. Andrew's still here and listening to us. I appreciate it, bro. You're the man. Being a good uncle and a good guest of a live stream. Yeah, Waldo did gain a little respect from me as well. He was like, I mean, it had to be scary stepping in the octagon with that motherfucker. Dude's fucking terrifying. Oh, I missed that. Kambosos' dad threw the towel in? I thought it went to decision. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't catch the very end of the fight. It was like round 8 or 9, and Loma was just freaking going to town. And then I put that Showbiz guy, Showbiz the adult. He has a YouTube channel, and he basically does what AJ would do, but for boxing. And like he calls the fights. He always has a fight companion on live. And so at like the 8th or ninth round, I shut the TV off. I went to bed and I just was listening to him, and I must have fell asleep. I just assumed that it went to decision. It was the 11th round. Kambosos got back up. In the beginning, though, I seen Kambosos was fucking drilling Loma with those body shots. I mean, round 1 and his sides were already purple. I kind of wish that boxing match was today. I want to watch some combat sports today, but there ain't nothing good on. It's all right. I'll watch some hockey. And what are you guys having for dinner? My wife's cooking now. She's making meatballs and spaghetti, but I'm going to Dad's house and he wants like to get like a pizza or some shit like that. Let me pull up the card from yesterday. Sean Woodson is so, I don't know. The guy just looks like, you could break him in half if you tried hard enough, but he's good, man. I'll give it to him. I kind of thought people were going to be sleeping on Alex Caceres a little bit. I mean, I did bet on Woodson, but I'm like, I don't know, man. And maybe if it was a 5-round fight, Caceres could have pulled it out, because it seemed like later, he certainly won round 3, and later in the fight he was starting to come on a little bit, but Woodson is just surprisingly good. His boxing is excellent. He knows how to fight at the end of his punches, which is, really advantageous for somebody with that much reach. So is that what happened? I got to look that up. Kambosos versus Loma. Oh, yeah, late in the 11th. Let's see if I play this, if I'll get fucking... Here, we'll do this. I don't know if we'll get flagged. Eric was probably going to come in here and fucking yell at me. It looks like he hit him with a body shot, though. He's all fired up. Kambosos says, "All right, I'm ready to go." Yeah. Oh yeah, he's done. And his dad threw the towel in. I mean, it's tough to tell from the clip. Ty says it was a little early, but he looked like he had enough. Western Mass says, "I don't train any fighting, but the one time I got into a fight, I ended up on my back and I got a body triangle and whooped the dude by pulling his head into some elbows. He went to jail bloodied." That'll certainly work. I mean, if I got in a fight on the streets, the last thing I would do is get on my back. I don't even like fighting off my back, and I'm a jiu-jitsu guy. It's not the place you want to be, but it's good to know what to do if you're down there. And obviously, the same principles apply whether you're standing or if there's strikes involved, whether you're standing or on the ground. You either want to be all the way in or all the way out. So if you're on the bottom somebody's on top of you. You want to break their posture down. You can, put your legs around them and use your knees to pull them towards you, and then wrap your arms around their head and hold them close to you. Then, like you said, pull them into some elbows, whatever you can do. Open your guard on your own terms, or push them as far away from you as you can get so they can't hit you with any strikes. And then just work back to your feet. That would be my my plan of attack. But now that I, being that I do train, I am so much less likely to get into a fight. Like, it is the last thing I want to do. Like, if somebody called me out in a fucking gas station or some shit, I have no desire to fight anyone. And I'm just fucking tired from training all the time. Like, today I'm whooped. Miguel, what's up, brother? I appreciate you stopping in. I don't know if I've ever seen you here before, so if it is your first time, welcome. And he says, what is the best stance and approach to use for a tickle fight? Well, it depends who your opponent is. If you're tickling a large man who's stronger than you, I would keep outside of his range and then try to duck in under his tickles. Maybe go for body tickles, something like that. Try to work around the back, maybe tickle his neck. It all depends. Tie-Dye's up big from the UFC, and he missed half of the Loma fight. What you gonna do? Andrew's not going anywhere. He knows what's up. Fuck yeah. Yeah, just having a chill little fucking live today. I didn't even plan it, but I'm like, you know what? I just wanted to keep busy today, so here we are. What's up for next week? I haven't even looked. Oh, Barbosa versus Murphy. There, we can do this. It's another fucking sick-ass card in the Apex. Dude, fuck the Apex. I mean, I'm grateful it existed during COVID, but come on now. Can we please just get rid of it? No one wants any more fights in the Apex. And it sucks for the fighters. Think about how awesome it was last night for all those fighters. They had, it was packed in the second fight of the night. They had I think it ended up being a 12 fight card with the one that fell off. And it was packed. The energy was great, I mean, this would be like this card right here. This would be great. Take it to fucking Cincinnati or some shit. Or here in Buffalo where we ain't got nothing better to do. We would pack an arena to go watch Edson Barbosa versus fucking Lerone Murphy fight. You know what I mean? Fuck this Apex already. Just get rid of it. But they never will. They make too much money. It's too convenient. Western Mass says, Pick'em MMA already got a picks video out for next Saturday. That cat is serious. Hell yeah, dude. He don't fuck around. Good for him. He's on the fucking grind, man. I'm happy for him. I mean, it was just, I knew what you meant. But it was just a few months ago that he got started. But he's out there doing his thing. Like I said, well, right now at 37, I have a full-time job that unfortunately I have to dedicate most of my time to. And this is not counting family. Then after work comes training. Like I want to train jiu-jitsu, judo, boxing, shit like that. After that, whatever time is left, I can dedicate to YouTube, which ain't that much fucking time, you know? So, I mean, maybe if I was cashing a little check right now, I could dedicate more time to it, but right now it's just a hobby. But it seems like that, like Pick'em MMA is really going after it, you know? Good for him. Miguel said, thoughts on Conor McGregor return? You think he has a chance to win? Well, of course he has a chance to win. Especially with USADA not being around, for sure. For sure. I mean, Michael Chandler is no joke, though. And that dude's out for blood. So, it'll be a good fight. It'll be a good fight. He's certainly not in his prime. You know, it's not 2016 Conor McGregor fighting Jose Aldo. And he's a multi-millionaire now, and as the old cliche goes, it's hard to get up and do your road work when you sleep in silk sheets, so we'll see what he brings. But I think, you know, get on some Mexican supplements, get some EPO in your system. But Chandler is a motherfucker. And he's fighting for legacy. Like, this is Chandler's championship right now. So, early lean, I'm going Chandler. Just because Conor McGregor is such an unknown. You know what I mean? We don't know what we're getting. We don't know who's going to show up in the octagon. Wasn't trying to compare you, just shouting out Pick'em. No, I'm good. I fucking don't hurt my feelings none. Pick'em's awesome. In fact, when I first started, like the first live stream I ever did, it was Pick'em was the one who was like, yeah, dude, I just mentioned it in we were in like AJ's chat, and he was like, no, you definitely should just do it off your phone. Just do it. Just do one tonight. And I did. So, you know what? If it wasn't for him, I might not even be doing this. He likes that niche though. Like, he's all about the betting picks and predictions and shit like that. Good for him, man. I'm always happy to see him. I like his streams too. They're chill. Yeah, that's the other thing too. You guys notice how these older fighters are doing great? How these 37, 38, 39-year-old guys are out there winning fights all of a sudden? Age isn't such a factor now that USADA's not knocking down so many doors. Whatever. I don't give a shit. I mean, that's a discussion that Luke Thomas is actually a guy who changed my mind on this. It's performance enhancing drugs. The whole discussion, it's a lot more convoluted than you think. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I certainly don't want USADA knocking on people's doors at 6 o'clock in the morning the night before a championship fight like they do, you know. And I think Conor McGregor coming back was a big reason that USADA is gone. I don't think he would have made a comeback without them. And then that's the other thing too. You're an athlete in the prime of your life. Like I mean, if you're on all sorts of anabolics and shit and whatever, that's one thing. But it's another thing to have a catastrophic injury like your fucking leg snapping in half and not being able to take like peptides like BPC 157 to help you heal. You know what I mean? It's a very nuanced conversation. It's a lot more involved than it's not black and white. It's not, you know, because what is a fucking protein shake is a performance enhancing drug, you know? You're singling out one particular thing. You're taking, you know, you're not just getting your protein naturally from steak and shit like that. You're identifying that one molecule that you want, and you're mixing it up into a drink and drinking it. Yeah, that's so fucked up, dude. USADA was they were definitely not the right match for combat sports, for MMA, you know? Like, have some fucking couth here. Like, did you not know what is involved with cutting weight? Like, that's the fight before the fight. Like, there's so many guys that are just so relieved when that fucking scale reads whatever they needed to read. They're like, oh, thank God, now I can actually start worrying about this fight. Yeah, everyone's shitting on Conor McGregor, but he snapped his leg, left USADA pool, healed, and is coming back. Never popped for anything. Oh, yeah, he's definitely on the juice. Definitely. He's probably on some of that fucking cocaine, too. Actually, there was like a Instagram reel or short or whatever that popped up on my shit today, and it was Conor McGregor, and he said, "Don't waste your time at the dinner table with people who wouldn't starve with you." I was like, "Oh, okay, that's a good one." He pulled it out of his book of inspirational quotes. That's the other thing too. If you are allowed to juice, how much more impressive it would it be if you get a guy like GSP out there who like really isn't, and is still fucking all you people up. Like, could you imagine GSP on the shit? That'd be awesome. Sign me up for that. So we've been going for like an hour. I'll probably go for like another 10, 15 minutes. Like I said, my in-laws are actually here right now, so I promised I wouldn't be too long. But what's up with you guys? I asked you earlier. Any plans for tonight? You guys just chilling? What do you do on a Sunday now that all the fights are over with? You watch hockey, basketball, fucking go play disc golf? He might. Like I was saying earlier with Miguel, like, it all depends on which Conor steps into that octagon, you know? How motivated is he going to be? Like, is he just cashing another check that he really doesn't need to cash? Because at this point, it kind of seems like he doesn't even. Oh, not. It's not. It doesn't seem like it. It's a fact. He doesn't need the fucking money, you know. So maybe he's really fighting because he's a martial artist and that's what he loves to do, and he's training his fucking balls off, and he's gonna go out there and piece Chandler up like it was 2016. Because you know Chandler's in that gym getting the fuck after it. Like, that dude's a beast. That dude's a beast. Western Mass said, Sundays are boring. Probably going to jump in the cold river. You're a savage, bro. I love boring, man. I've had enough excitement for the rest of my life. I love boring days. Those are my favorite. And I'm antisocial. Don't get me wrong. I love my in-laws, but I'd rather just be chilling, watching a fucking movie or something right now. Not that I ever watch movies, but you know what I mean. I had a good practice this morning. I'm probably going to get some shadow boxing rounds in before I go to Spartacus Senior's house later. He's out fishing right now. Yeah, what is the temp like when you do jump in? Like, are we talking like 40s? Not that I really have any reference. I've done an ice bath once. After practice, we got one of those giant Rubbermaid tubs, and we went to the gas station next door and bought bags of ice. So I don't know how cold the water was, but it was also like 90 fucking 3 degrees that day. It was like literally the hottest day of the summer. and we just had practice. You guys ever get so hot? Like, I don't know if like working out in the heat or just working in the heat to where you're not hot anymore and you start to get chills. That's what it was like at the end of practice. I was like getting the fucking chills, and it was, 92 degrees inside the fucking gym. Said, I jumped in the river this past December at nighttime. I don't know what the temp was, but there was snow on the ground and ice in the river. Holy fuck, dude. That's nuts. That is nuts. But they say, dude, that's like the best thing you could do for your body. It creates, I was going to say heat shock proteins, but the opposite of that. Some kind of shock proteins. And I got to start doing the sauna again. I just canceled my gym membership to the one place that had a sauna. And I said I was going to join another one because it's cheaper, and I just never got over there. But on days like this, like on Sundays when I don't have anything to do, I love to go hit the sauna up after practice. Just sit there for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, sweat it out. And I got to start doing that. I want to get an ice bath. Just get a tub and start doing it. I tried the cold shower too. I did that. We did a little challenge. I lasted like a week and a half taking cold showers in the morning. Sometimes every once in a while I'll do my showering, then at the very end I'll just turn it on cold and stand there and try to be Jocko for fucking 10 minutes. But all right guys, well, I got the fucking I got the look. I got to go hang out with the family now. But we hopped on for an hour. It was cool. I might I'd like to get on, at least another one this week. Try to do like 2 lives a week, and hopefully be coming out with some standalone content soon. Western Mass City's been doing it almost every day lately. River is still wicked cold, but noticeably less shocking than a month ago. Yeah, you're like fucking Wim Hof over here. You're going to be climbing Mount Everest with your fucking shorts on soon. But, alright guys, I appreciate you stopping in. It was fun. We had a little chat. Got to say hi. It was Ty time. Glad you made out with your betting yesterday. Western Mass. It's always good talking to you, brother. Appreciate it, guys. Hopefully, I'll see you again in a couple days. Thanks. Yeah, I thought it was a good stream. Chill, quick little hour, say hi. But, alright, dudes, remember, go Bills.